Feeling like your granny squares are a bit flat? What if all it took was some simple color choices to up-level the same pattern to give it real geometric flair? Hi, I'm Jane, and today we're using color to sculpt the shapes that are hidden in our stitches. If you'd like to follow along with this series and get the free daily downloads, just sign up below. Each day I'll send you a link to the next video in the series, along with a little freebie that includes a recap of the day's tips. Perfect for building your own color workbook as we go. Today we're digging into something a little more structural but still super fun. We're talking about how color can bring out the shapes in your crochet. Think circles, diamonds, petals, squares, all those cool geometric details that are already built into your designs. The colors you choose can make those shapes really pop or totally blend into the background. One of the coolest things about crochet is how much natural geometry is already built in. Whether you're working with granny squares, circles, or hexagons, or more intricate motifs, there are shapes everywhere, and color is what really brings them to life. When you stick with similar shades throughout a square, the overall shape feels soft and blended. Nothing really stands out, and that's totally great. But when you start placing different colors in different parts of the motif, especially if they contrast, you suddenly start to see more structure. The center might become a circle. Your clusters might start to look like petals. You might even see a square within a square, depending on how you use the shades. It's like giving your work a little outline, just like stained glass. The shapes aren't necessarily changing, but your eye is noticing them more clearly because of how the colors are working together. Color can literally guide the eye and tell the story of your design. If you really want to spotlight a certain part of a motif, like the center, or the edges, or even a specific detail, you can do that with contrast. And I'm not just talking black and white here, anything that sets one section apart from the other. Contrast can mean light versus dark, warm versus cool, anything that sets one section apart from the other. Let's say your center round is a bold, saturated color, and the next round is pale and soft. That bold center will immediately draw the eye. It becomes the focal point. Or you can flip it. Use a gentle neutral in the middle and surround it with strong colors. Now the shape kind of pushes outward and you're guiding the viewer's attention around the square in a completely different way. It's all about intention. The contrast doesn't have to be dramatic. It just needs to be enough to help define the shape you want to highlight. Think of it like a highlighter pen for your crochet. You get to decide what gets noticed first, and color is the tool that makes that happen. When you're planning a project, whether it's a pillow or a blanket or even just a set of swatches, it's worth thinking about what shapes you want people to notice. Do you want the center of each square to stand out and draw the eye in? Or do you want the outer round stacked like a frame that pulls everything together? Using color placement intentionally across multiple motifs can help you build rhythm and flow. Maybe you keep the same order of colors in every square to create a really unified look. Or maybe you change it up in just the right spots to add movement and energy. Kind of like quilting, how you arrange the colors totally changes the big picture. And the great thing is you can use the same exact square pattern, but by changing where each color goes, you get a completely different vibe. Planning out your color placement doesn't mean you have to be rigid. It just helps you get the impact you want from your design. Here's a really great example of this. My sand dollar square is packed with all kinds of shapes just waiting to be highlighted. When I pick a color palette with good contrast, mixing light and dark tones, I can really bring out different aspects of the square just by where I place those colors. It's amazing how much the look changes depending on how the colors interact and where the lights and darks fall. I love swatching these out and experimenting because sometimes I even get surprised by which geometric shapes suddenly pop right off the square. The really fun part is when you use these different color variations together in a project. It can look like you're working with a bunch of totally different squares, but in reality, it's just the same pattern cleverly up-leveled with color placement. That's the magic of playing with color and geometry in crochet. Here's your color challenge for today. Next time you make a square or a motif, take a moment to decide what part or shape you want to highlight. Maybe it's the center circle, the outer frame, or those petal-like corners. Then pick two contrasting colors and place them intentionally to draw attention to that area. Try making a few squares using the same colors, but mix up the order each time. As you lay them out, notice how the shape starts to shift and take on different personalities depending on your placement. It's such a simple change, but it really shows just how much impact color has on the overall design. Thanks for watching, and I hope this gave you a few ideas on how to use color to pull out the shapes in your designs. And remember, if you'd like to follow along with the full series, sign up below and I'll send you a new video each day straight to your inbox. along with a free printable to go with that day's color tip. It's an easy way to stay inspired and build your color confidence one day at a time. Join me tomorrow where I'm going to show you how to rotate one simple palette of colors for many different looks. Same yarn, fresh energy. It's all in the placement. And I can't wait to show you. See you there.